Hello, and welcome to the Law of Attraction Tribe podcast. I'm your host, Stephanie Keith, and I wanted to let everyone know because I've had a lot of people reach out over the past, year asking about coaching with me. And I am going to be taking on a couple of coaching clients over the summer. So if you are interested in that, then go ahead and click the link in the show notes and you can apply to work with me and we can see if it's a good fit. So just wanted to let everyone know because I know a lot of you have reached out and just fill out that form and I'll be in touch. So today I want to talk about surrendering control and just letting go of what you want so that you can manifest with ease. And the reason I wanted to bring this up is because I've gotten so many comments in the Inner Tribe Facebook group about this recently. A lot of people have been messaging me saying that they're really struggling with this and how do you surrender? How do you let go when you want something so bad? And it's a really good question and it is something hard because I understand the feeling of really wanting something and being in sort of a miserable place and feeling like there's no way out. And it's so hard to hold a high vibration when you're in that sort of place. So how the hell are you supposed to just surrender and let go of it? So the other thing was people are like, how do I surrender? But then at the same time, I'm holding the vision and taking inspired action. Isn't that the opposite of surrendering? So I want to sort of answer all those questions in this one episode. So here is just an analogy that will help you understand what I mean when I say surrendering and letting go of the thing that you want to manifest. So if you have a job or if you've ever worked a job, especially a salary job, you get your same amount of money on your paycheck every 2 weeks, right? You don't question, you don't sit around and all week think, oh my gosh, I hope I get paid. Oh, what if I don't get paid? Oh my God, I'm going to be so unhappy if I don't get paid. What if they forget to pay me? And you don't obsess about it and freak out about it, right? You just don't even think about it. You just let go. You might think oh, I can't wait for Friday to roll around because it's payday, but you're not questioning whether or not you're going to get your paycheck because you've put in the hours. There's an agreement between you and your boss or your company that you're going to get paid. And so you just trust that your paycheck is going to be there just like it's been every 2 weeks since you started that job. That is essentially surrendering and letting go. Instead of worrying about the outcome, you just expect it. It's already decided. You already know with complete certainty that it's coming. So you don't have to waste your time and your energy worrying about it because it's just a given that every 2 weeks you receive your paycheck. And when you get your paycheck, you're not jumping up and down oh my God, I can't believe it. I got paid. This is a miracle, right? You get your paycheck and yeah, you might be excited oh good, I got paid. I can, buy something, but it's not you're blown away. It's just a given. It's become something that you've come to expect because you just know it's just a given that I'm going to get this amount every 2 weeks on my paycheck. That is the level that you're at when you start to manifest with ease. So every single time I've manifested something that is really miraculous, looking back, it's holy shit, how did that manifest? But when I actually manifest it, there's a lot of times that I don't even realize that I've manifested it because I've been living in that certainty for so long. I've affirmed it. And I've believed it with such certainty over and over again for so long that when it happens, it's well, of course it happened. Why would it not happen? Why would I have any doubt whatsoever that this wasn't going to happen? So it's not necessarily I'm jumping up and down for joy. It's just a given. Well, of course it's going to happen because I've come to expect it. And I would expect nothing less. And so this is kind of how I think about my goals that I set for my life, for my business. And when you start looking at things that way, that's when they manifest. And if you've never gone on YouTube and watched a video on the double slit experiment, I recommend that everyone do that. There's a video by, it's called Dr. Quantum, and it's like a little animated video, but it's a great explanation of this concept. So they did this double slit experiment, which ended up resulting in a whole new field of physics, because they found that when you get down to the quantum particles, the smallest particles possible, they don't act the same as everything else in the universe. So we have like the laws of physics. Well, when you get down to things at the quantum field, they don't play by the rules of physics. They do all kinds of crazy shit. That's why we have quantum physics. Well, we are all made up of quantum particles. When you break us down and you get a microscope that goes down to the most minute level, you have particles. You have neutrons, electrons, right? Like we're all made of that. Everything in this world is made of that. So that's where you get like this whole concept of quantum mechanics, quantum manifesting, quantum entanglement, right? Well, in that double slit experiment, what they found were that these particles were acting very strange. And instead of landing where they were supposed to land, they formed a wave pattern, which meant that there was an infinite number of potentials. And this completely blew the scientists' mind. They were like, why would these particles make a wave? This makes no sense whatsoever. So they set up a measuring device to measure the particle. And when they put the measuring device, guess what happens? The particles start landing where they were supposed to land originally. So this came to be known as the observer effect, where what they found was that at the quantum level, these particles react based on you, the observer, based on what you expect them to do, which is why as soon as they were measured, they started acting accordingly. But when they weren't measured, there was an infinite number of possibilities. Okay, so your expectation is creating your reality. So you might be thinking, well, I'm expecting that I'm going to manifest a bunch of money, but are you really? Are you expecting it the same way you expect your paycheck every 2 weeks where it's just a given? Or deep down, is there all sort of doubt and belief coming through because you don't really fully believe it enough to expect it? So that's the level of expectation, like receiving your paycheck. The other example I use all the time is with Amazon. When you order something on Amazon, you don't worry about it for 2 days and think, oh my gosh, I hope it gets here. I hope they deliver it to the right house. I hope maybe I should call them. Maybe I should do more. Maybe I need to take action and like go drive to the Amazon warehouse and get it myself. You don't do that. You order it and then you forget about it until it arrives at your door. Like you have complete trust and faith and expectation that it's going to show up at your door. That is the level of faith and belief and expectation that you have when your goals manifest. It just becomes so certain that there's no reason to doubt it or obsess over it or to take unneeded action or forceful action. So I did an episode a while back talking about loosening your grip. And that's like how I envision it. It's like we have a chokehold on the universe. Like I have to have this or else. And that is not a good energetic vibration. It's a vibration of desperation. And it's a feeling of being apart from your goal. When the reality is, according to quantum physics, there's an infinite number of possibilities. And any one of them is just as likely as the next because you can tune in to whichever one you want based on your thoughts, your feelings, your expectations, what you believe in. So the only thing that needs to change or be the only action really needed is for you to step into that reality. And you do that by expecting it, by knowing that it's certain, by believing without a shred of doubt that this is just what is. It already is, and it's happening. Like you don't question if the Amazon package is going to arrive or if your paycheck's going to end up in your account. It's just a part of your life, and you've just come to know and expect it. That is essentially surrendering and letting go. It's getting out of that masculine left hemisphere of the brain where you want to take action and do everything logical you can to make or force something to happen. And it's instead getting into the right side of the brain where you're just flowing, you're just being, you're tuning in and trusting and having faith that everything is happening for you. And that if you are supposed to take action, it will come forth and it'll be very obvious and it will feel good and it'll happen the way it's supposed to happen. You're not trying to like create an action item. You're just trusting that whatever's supposed to happen is going to present itself, and you will know because you're tuned into your intuition and you just fully expect this to happen. There's no worrying about what action I have to take because the expectation is that it's already there. Like it's already on its way to your front door. It's already on its way to your bank account. You don't have to worry about doing anything. You don't have to call the bank and let them know this money's coming. You don't have to call Amazon and make sure that they have the right address and their GPS. You just trust that it's already there. It already exists. The item you ordered from Amazon already exists. You're just simply waiting for it to show up at your door. Same with your goals that you're trying to manifest. So I hope those analogies help make this a little more crystal clear, because I do think that when we hear about surrendering and letting go, we make it into something that's like so much bigger than it needs to be. Like, do I need to do some sort of ritual to like surrender? And do I need to like, what do I need to do to let go? You don't do anything. That's the point. The point of surrendering is not doing anything, not worrying about it, like literally letting go. And if you feel like you absolutely have to do something because you're just like very in that masculine energy, then what you can do, and I've done this so many times and I swear it works, is get out a piece of paper and you're going to write out a to-do list. And on the left side of the paper, you're going to give the universe a to-do list. And on the right side, you're going to give yourself a to-do list. So for the universe, you're going to tell them whatever it is you want to manifest. Give that over to the universe. You let the universe figure out how. Let them do the heavy lifting and all the action in order to make it happen. And then on the right side on your to-do list, you're going to put that you need to hold the vision and fully trust that it's coming. Keep your vibration high, feel good, have fun, laugh, move, dance, whatever you need to do to keep your vibration up. Give gratitude for it as though it's already there. But other than that, let the universe do the rest. And sometimes writing out this to-do list is helpful because you feel like you've done, your action step or whatever, because I know some people kind of need that. But I hope that this really helps to understand that whole concept, because it is kind of hard to explain. And yes, we want to visualize our goals. We want to hold a high vibration, but having a vision and obsessing about something to the point of desperation are two very different things. And taking like action on opportunities that feel good and like you feel inspired to do are completely different from trying to create an action that you think you have to do or else it won't manifest. Because that's not expecting it. That's not knowing it already is. That's trying to make it happen. That's forcing it. So it's two completely different feelings. And at the end of the day, you got to start tuning into how you feel. When you're forcing something, when you're desperate, when you're clingy, it doesn't feel good deep down, and you know that. But when things are inspiring and you feel motivated, that feels totally different. So tune into those feelings and really lean in to what feels good. And when you do that, you're surrendering, you're trusting, you're letting go, and you're letting the universe figure out how it's going to make its way to you. So let me know if this helped. reach out to me on Instagram at Law of Attraction Tribe and share this episode with a friend. I think a lot of people struggle with this and could use this analogy because I find it very helpful for myself as well when I need that reminder, because we all do from time to time. And again, like if you want to dive deeper into manifestation, you want to get a little more expansive with your mindset, your income, maybe you want to start a business, maybe you want to leave your career, whatever it may be, and you feel like you need that additional support. I am going to take a couple coaching clients. It's going to be through the summer. So reach out. You can fill out that application so that we can talk and find out if it's going to be a good fit. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys have not yet downloaded the Manifest It Now app, I don't know what you're doing, but get your ass in there. There's some great stuff. Start with the subliminals. If nothing else, just play the subliminal in the background of your day or while you're sleeping, and let's just let the results speak for themselves. It's freaking powerful. So if you haven't done that yet, go do it. I've got a couple free master classes as well that I'll link in the show notes that kind of explain. They really dive into why I'm so passionate about subliminals and how it's my ultimate manifestation hack. And it's so easy. It's like so easy. You literally manifest while you sleep. You don't have to do anything. And I think that's the point of it. Like, I think that's why it works so well, is because it's completely letting go and surrendering and like literally just passively listening to something without doing anything. So you're not in that masculine energy. So they're really powerful. I'll link all that stuff in the show notes below. You can also find it on my website at thelawofattractiontribe.com. And thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for everyone who has left a review for the podcast. It like really means the world to me and it really helps. And I'm so grateful for you guys, and I hope you have an amazing week. See you soon.